G'day folks, it's Laura here, and today I'm going to do a flip cup pour, this time with a combination almost a rainbow, but we have both pinks and greens, and these are complementary colours. So my colours today include opaque primary yellow from Pebeo, cadmium orange from Jo Sonja, brilliant magenta also from Jo Sonja, iridescent violet blue from Pebeo, aqua from Jo Sonja, iridescent blue green from Pebeo, and then titanium white from Jo Sonja again. Now I'm going to be using my standard pouring medium for this. I'll link to a video on how to make this if you're interested. Although it looks like I have two very similar colours here and two very similar colours here, the reason why I've chosen these is because these two Pebeo paints are iridescent, but they are translucent. And so whenever I use one of these, I'm going to use its adjacent, more opaque Jo Sonja colour. The Jo Sonja colours, however, are very thin, whereas as you can see, the Pebeo colours are very viscous. So I'm going to try and thicken up some of these Jo Sonja colours that need it with another medium, and that is with the thickest component of my pouring medium, so a neutral base wall paint. So here I'm just adding that wall paint to thicken up some of these colours. Now with this Pebeo paint, because it is so viscous, as you can see, I've added just a very small amount of pouring medium to start with. I'll mix this out well before I add more pouring medium. So just adding a little bit more pouring medium to these two thicker paints. So it's time to layer my cup now, and for this I'm going to be using my standard cell activator. I'll link to a video on how to make this if you're interested. This is the titanium white cell activator. I may also use some of the lamp black cell activator. I'm going to start by using a generous amount of the cell activator on the bottom and the sides of the cup. And you'll note I've slightly changed the order of these colours. Now, because pink is essentially a tinted version of red, and aqua is very close to being green, it's on the green end of the blue spectrum, these colours are close to being complementary colours, and I don't want to risk them becoming too muddy. And so what I've done here is I've added the white in between these to remind me that I actually need a barrier layer between these two colours essentially. So I'm just going to start with the iridescent blue-green. Now I'm just going to add a white isolation layer as well around the yellow, because what I've found with yellow colours, first of all, cadmium based orange colours are very vibrant, very strong. This particular pigment from Jo Sonja tends to be a little bit more viscous, which means it sticks together, but it also does tend to kind of overwhelm a lot of other colours. And the yellow colours in these acrylic pours do tend to get overwhelmed by a lot of the other colours. So by adding an isolation barrier kind of layer of white around the yellow, I have more chance that the yellow will actually stand alone and you'll be able to see it and it won't be completely swamped by the other colours. So I've already prepared my canvas. This is the back of my canvas. I've added painter's tape as well as giant push pins. So now it's time to flip the cup. Some interesting patterns coming up now. Just leave that for a couple of seconds. Wowee. Look at those color combinations. That is amazing. So I've still got a bit of paint in the cup, which I'll get out now and spread around the edges and the corners. I also got a little bit on the base, so I'll just pick that back up again. So you can see as I am mixing these colours along the sides, they are actually turning quite muddy, as I kind of anticipated, and we didn't want mud between the layers of the painting itself. For the most part, I think these are largely separated colours, which is lovely. We'll see how things turn out when I actually start to stretch the paint out a bit. Okay, so the first step is to pop any bubbles. So the reason I pop the bubbles right at the start is because if you have bubbles actually coming up through these layers and you start to stretch the paint, you can get what are known as bubble trails. So they create unusual patterns caused by the bubbles not moving at the same rate as the rest of the paint. So with this paint now, I do have a fair amount of paint on the canvas, but I am losing some of it over this edge. So I am going to just slightly stretch it down in this direction and then spin it out. Okay, I'll start off with a fairly gentle spin. Okay, I'm actually close enough to all of these corners that I don't think I need to spin it any further. I have got this very strange kind of line coming down here. I think a lot more of the paint kind of came down in this direction. Possibly it was a little bit more fluid in the colours that were in this space. So what I might do now is just make sure I haven't got any further remaining bubbles by using the heat gun again. I'll cover the edges and the corners and I'll just wipe the paint off from underneath. So just going to make sure the edges, sorry, the corners are completely covered where perhaps the paint didn't get right the way to the edge. And to do so, I'm just pulling some of the paint from underneath that's either dripped onto the baseboard or from the underneath of the canvas itself. Okay, now we're going to pull the paint off from underneath just to get any drips so they don't have to dry and potentially coat the bottom of the canvas. Wow, so I am loving this piece. This is amazing. I did manage to avoid most of those muddy kind of colors, so I've got a little bit coming up here, possibly a little bit in the center here, a tiny bit up there. But for the most part, I think these colors are fairly pure, particularly these beautiful yellow dots that are coming up here. The orange that's coming through the center, there's a lovely layer there with some very subtle lacing. I've got some subtle kind of lacing down in this section, a little tiny bit of that black cell activator stuck around, and just the kind of combination of intermediate colors that has come up with this pour is just incredible. So the aqua color has definitely merged with the yellow, and we've got some beautiful greens through here, and then the pink has also merged a little bit with that aqua color to give us some beautiful purples or violets. So just amazed with this one. I think this one's a lovely piece. Very rainbow, so quite unusual, but really happy with this one. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please let me know what you think in the comments.